We are Legion.
We are all.
We are one.
We are
Watching. Florida Illuminati.
Hey folks, welcome back. We are here for another fun-filled week of digital card excitement. It's been an exciting week in the world. Pretty boring in most of the digital card apps. Crystal is sleeping in. We have been up late watching a lot of news. A lot of news. I don't know why. Just really got interested. We made a New Year's resolution this year. We're going to be really more plugged into current events. So that's what we've been doing. And just watching a lot of news, staying up late. And we were up late last night too, because the kid wanted to watch everything. Our child is becoming a teenager and wants to stay up very late at night and party. So with me this week to help shoulder the load is my friend John, also known in the app as OBDaOG. How are you this morning, sir?
I'm good, guys. And my New Year's resolution is to stop drinking so much. So I am not keeping up with current events.
Yeah, I've already been doing that. I've been having some weird times myself. Really, I stopped drinking a lot. I was literally like 5 o'clock. Here goes 2.5 ounces at least, and just keep on trucking with that until bedtime. Too much, it doesn't really help. And it didn't make me happy or better, so I stopped doing that. And I've lost a bunch of weight. In quarantine. I'm pissing Crystal off so bad. She's so fucking pissed at me. I've lost literally, like, when I went to I had a doctor's appointment. I don't know. It was before Christmas. I want to say October, November, somewhere in there. And when I went in and they weighed me, they said I was 188. And I'm like, no. Because I knew I was 200 the last time I looked. And, no, it was 188. I made them take me to another scale and weigh me. And so now I started looking at the scale at home and I lost about 4 more pounds.
Nice. Good for you, man.
I'm like 180, 182, somewhere in there, I guess. It's crazy. So
nice. Good for you, man.
Hopefully I'm not sick. I think it's a combination of things. I think it's less calories because the booze. I have a beer at night, and that's okay. A beer, maybe 2 beers, no big deal. And it's a Michelob Ultra, so.
No, that doesn't count.
Cutting the cows big time, really just something to sip on. And not being not being hammered at, 8:30 is nice. So good on you for cutting that out too, man. How's it going?
So far, so good. I'm not, I know myself enough that I'm not going to kill it all at once, but if I just cut it back, that'll be good for me.
Well, I was surprised how easily I was able to put it aside. I've always worried because there's that supposedly this alcoholic gene in my family. I think that was just referring to my Aunt Jean, who was an alcoholic. Boom! Oh, fuck you, Aunt Jean. God damn, that was a one drunk bitch. So anyways, moving into the magical world of digital cards, over in Tarot Cards, as usual, they just keep on trucking. We just finished out the first week of 2021, and what a week it's been. We had awards on the I believe like very promptly on the 8th, I think, for the base, which just came out on the 1st. So it's a week chase, 100 cards, 3 regular variants, plus there actually was a award for the Radiant version, which is a pay-only version. You only get those in Pandora's.
Yeah. So they're keeping it with the Radiants and the Fires this year.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, and the black and all that for the the big melds. So yeah, so he got through the whole week of that, and the Radiants are pay only. Only 6 people finished that one.
Oh dang!
So that's pretty rare. It's kind of crazy, really, that they. Even
I guess that makes sense for a week.
Yeah, that's tough. Plus with a pay only variant too.
Yeah.
So that's pretty rough sledding, and I'm sure there was a lot of really coordinated effort amongst a few baller guys there, because they really don't. They have a couple 3 whales that just, man, they just massive quantities of cards moving through those accounts. Those guys are crazy about tarot cards. Who wouldn't be? The regular base awards came in the 28 to 30 range. I think they started about 28 for white. I'm sorry, for red, and then moved up a little bit in count, but not much. They were, pretty much. It was here's how many really active players are in the app. About 30, 35.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So it's still a very small app, but it was an exciting thing. And then he went right into another kind of activity-based thing. It's a community thing that he's had before called the Escape Room, where there's a character card, and the community has to pull a certain amount to survive every day for the character to escape to the next day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then see the thing with that is, you're pulling these cards, and then there's a meld as well for a rare version. If you take 2 of those and meld them, you get a rare version. But if you do that too much, then you hurt the chance of survival. So literally everybody's pulling during the day and going, okay, the count is so-and-so, and I just pulled so-and-so. And everybody's really keeping a watch on the, on the count for that. So they're going to survive to the next day. So it's kind of cool that everybody takes that on board and really goes for it. And they're decent looking cards. So that's done. And then that should award, I think it's ending any second. It may end any second. And then the loose flower of evil, that is done. Have you seen those posters in there?
I have not. I have not been very active in some of the non-Star Wars apps lately.
I'm thinking about becoming a lot more active in said other type apps. Ended up to my ass in fucking Star Wars. So well, they're nice looking cards. They're, anytime they have the movie poster art, they're really going to be nice. And apparently this movie's been around the world because it's been on the festival circuit and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of foreign posters for it and stuff like that, which are just absolutely beautiful. Really
cool.
Good looking cards. So those have been a treat. And then there's, there was a Pandora version of that as well. So as much as we yell about Topps not paying attention to taking care of the folks that like the rarer stuff, Previn does pay attention to stuff like that. That stuff tends to be relatively low.
That's because Previn is awesome.
Yeah, he's a good guy, doing a great job. So that's pretty much it for tarot cards. I know he has a ton of other things cooking because we had some off cam talk and stuff like that, and he's really excited about a lot of stuff going into this year. And he's literally he had so much just in the first 3 months, because I was asking him, what are you looking at for so and so? What are you looking at for, are you doing something 4th of July? Are you looking at Halloween? And he's like, man, I can't even get past like 3 or 4 months. I've got so much stuff. So that's great. He's got a ton of content, and it'll be coming at us real soon. So, oh man, I wish I just made myself sick. I threw up in my mouth a little bit because I'm so fucking broke. And I really need, I might need to take a month off, just hold fast and build my coins back up. Cause
I'm sitting on a decent stash right now. I'm sitting on a couple million, I think.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I am broke as a fucking joke. The Christmas, the New Year's, and then the new base was just like, man, I'm just fucking just throwing buckets just at base packs, just trying to get my numbers up so I could dupe for needs on the thing. So it was rough sledding even then. So Neon Mob, haven't been doing much on Neon Mob, my usual stuff. I'm still pulling Skin. I haven't finished that one yet. That's Skin 3. And then there's a really nice Japanese travels through history maps set that came out recently. That's really beautiful. I've been pulling that when I can. I'm not pro right now, so I don't get as many pulls as I was getting before. So, are you doing anything in Neon Mob these days, John?
I haven't been very.
It is not Star Wars, so I hate it. Right?
No, Neon Mob is fun, but I kind of needed just a break from a lot of the digital stuff.
Really? So
yeah.
You're moving into in the material world?
No, I've just been, doing other things other than not necessarily collecting.
I think of you as a material girl. That's why I
Okay, Madonna.
You Madonna.
No, I mean, just there have been a lot of big video game releases lately, so I've been spending.
Did I see you last night say you were playing Far Cry 5 and you were just about to play my favorite part? I assume the music was about to start. You're gonna get shot in the leg with a fucking arrow.
Uh-huh. I'm just about to go into that region, and I know that's the fucking worst. There's a reason I save it to last.
I hate it. I hate that fucking shit. I do. I really resent when a video game takes all my choice away. That fucking pisses me off. I hate the obligatory level in everything where they have to take all your fucking weapons and all your powers, and it's
Yep.
ridiculous. They had it in that new the Jedi Order, Fallen Order thing. They had
Oh yeah.
they captured him and stuck him in prison and took all his stuff away. And
There's always one of those. No, but I've been replaying Far Cry 5, and I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Valhalla lately too.
those are I don't like the Assassin's Creeds just because of the quick time events. I think we've talked about this before.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those aren't too bad. I think
my short-term memory just doesn't get me nowhere with those. There's way too much of this in the teens, and I can't. 4 digits and I'm lost. Like, that's all I can hold, And so if if it's like triangle, square, I'm lost. Fuck it. I'm gonna lose that again and again and again and again and again.
yeah, they got rid of a lot of that stuff. So, it's been a lot better lately with the past couple games. I'm enjoying it.
It feels like maybe back in the previous generations of those games, that's what they needed to give you, the big cinematic thing, the big really awesome looking trailer moment in the game. But now they can do more of that stuff and achieve that level of massive in the game engine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so they've completely, at least with probably the last 3, they've completely redone it as more of a, I don't want to say Fallout style, but that open world, side quest stuff. Yeah, they've gone.
Play the pirate one.
Black Flag.
I didn't care for it. It was free. It was like Xbox Gold. So.
Yeah, it was okay, but it was far from my favorite.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it. It just didn't hook me. I could see where the platforming and stuff could go and stuff like that. But it's just getting beefed constantly. Games like that just fucking ruin me. I am not a good gamer. I'm a very poor gamer. That reminds me, you need to talk about games in our what you're watching, because I am playing a really fun one, and I've got to play my game racing. Okay, cool. All right, so yes, Neon Mob haven't been doing a whole lot. Blockchain, big news coming out of blockchain. Jermaine Lucier just did a big article on Gizmodo about the blockchain and the stuff that's coming. He was talking to Tobin, who's really like the big grand poobah over there at Tops Digital, and about the future of blockchain, specifically with Wax.io and the property that I've been screaming at the top of the lungs. Like, as much as on Disney, I was going Tron, and I'm still doing Tron because I want the old Tron, the way that I described it exactly to my liking and specifications. But the other one that I've been screaming at for the Wax especially is Mars Attacks, and it's coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
there
was in the article they're showing some of the animated cards because they've been doing that. Like in the last Garbage Pail Kids, they had collector edition cards that were animated, and they're fucking awesome. And they had the one card from Mars Attacks, Burning Flesh. Which I don't know if you remember that scene in the movie. They actually reenacted that scene in the movie. Jack Black was the dumb idiot army brother, and he gets roasted with like a heat ray, and it just melts him down into slag in front of everybody on TV.
Which movie is this? I feel like that might be every Jack Black movie.
You've never seen the Mars Attacks?
I don't think so. No.
With the Tim Burton one?
If I have, it's been years.
Wow. Well, Jack Black plays an idiot army. He's like this bully older brother, army guy character to the main character kid. That's like his older brother. And then there's a scene where they confront the aliens, and he's there, and the aliens like roast him with this heat ray, and it just melts like from here down. It just turns to a skeleton. It's cool. Because that's how they do in Mars Attacks, bro.
Yep. Okay, cool. I might have to rewatch that if I've seen it.
Yeah, so
I'm
that'll
sure
be.
I'll know.
I love Mars Attacks. It's great. It's an amazing property. You're not familiar at all with Mars Attacks?
I knew it was a Topps property. Like I had known they.
Like you don't know the cards, and obviously you've never seen the movie.
I don't think so.
That's amazing. That's crazy to me.
I'm sorry. I'm terrible. I'm so worried.
Wow. You're so young. You're so young. Well, it's amazing. I mean, you should look into it because check me out. It's fucking amazing. I mean, they're like this famously incredibly gory cards from like I think they were from 1966, I want to say. And they pulled no punches. Beautiful artwork, but it was about an alien invasion by Martians, and they're like shooting. There's one called Destroying a Dog, where they're shooting a dog in front of this screaming 6-year-old. Oh, and it's a beautiful, like a beagle puppy, and they're blasting it with a heat ray and stuff. It's crazy. It's super gruesome and gory and over the top. Amazing.
Okay, I think I've definitely seen the cards.
Yeah, it's I can't wait. So I'm in. I don't know exactly when this is happening. And then they were a little more vague of late recently about the other thing that's coming from Wax, which is the Alien, which a lot of folks are really keenly excited about. So we'll see more information on that, I'm sure soon. And then still waiting on Woody. He just hit me like this week. He's like, man, I feel like I've been saying 2 weeks for like 6 months. So he was all apologies, and I'm like, dude, just do not stress at all. When it comes, we'll be here for it. So just waiting on that. So that's pretty much it for the blockchain. Over in Bunt, Kick It Slam, doing anything?
Absolutely nothing. I don't think I've opened a single one.
Only thing I've been doing is a lot of cross trade. I've actually been suicidally, diving into cross trading Kick for.
Why?
I like how much I just don't give a fuck about Kick at all. So I've just decided, well, I'll just start spending some of these coins and using it to get components. So I keep going up against these knuckleheads that, hey, I got coins, mate. But every once in a while, I find one that actually has been opening claim packs and stuff. So, yeah, so I can get some of the better components because they just don't give a fuck about those. They look at free. They see them. Actually, I think they might even see them as below base just because of their placement on the chart on the sheet.
Which is further proof that the card sheet is worthless.
Right. So, but it's pretty easy trading on that. They just dropped a thing yesterday, which is still out there. It just dropped last night. The Bundesliga Tier 7, which is their highest tier for this year. I think the season's about to start or something. Or they're getting all fucking excited about Tier 7. It must have higher scoring. But they were hot shit. It's the first time I've seen guys in Star Wars flogging around looking for cross trades to Kick. Which used to be a constant feature, and these days you just don't see it that much.
Yeah, because it was always, pulled vintage looking for, golden gold or whatever it was.
On form. That's
it. Yep.
I pull the vintage, I'm looking for on form. I mean, that used to just be like the circle of life in those early, beautiful halcyon days. So and that was basically all I was doing. And I was doing those holiday SIGs before. I did better with the honestly with the Bundesliga Tier 7, raking in components with those than I did with anything to do with those holiday signatures, which were more expensive. So figure Kick, guys. I don't know.
Yep.
So over in Disney Collect, do any Disney Collect? Loving any? Love that.
I haven't really touched Disney.
Only one property from Disney I really enjoy. It's Star Wars.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
I do go in. I just collect my coins. I haven't really seen any art that catches my eye lately.
Well, their crowd there is very man. I'll tell you what, they get it all just handed to them. They really don't get challenged much by Topps in the way of how hard is it going to be to collect in this app. But one of the challenges, of course, is the VIP program, which changes every year. So this, like a week or so ago, they announced, I got a big, huge, I would call it a screed. If she's watching, if she's listening, Ms. Rebecca sent me a word wall in Reddit chat that was fucking amazing about this. But basically what happened was they announced the new VIP thing. and the I think the middle version, the middle range, which I think I want to say is around like Star Wars. I think it's like 25.
Oh, so they announced a new higher tier.
No. They had that tier all along, but they announced the card that was going to go for it.
Oh,
And
okay.
that was going to be starting, and that's like starting now. Here it is, boom. And
Because there were only 2 tiers in Disney for the longest time.
I think there is only still 2 tiers. I think
Okay, still only 2.
It's still the 2, but the higher tier card's the one that everybody really wants. And so they said, well, okay, welcome to the VIP for 2021, and here's your first card. And it's this really, and they're going to be gem princesses all year. The whole year is going to be gem princesses. And the first one I think was Ariel. And a lot of people were like, hey, what the fuck? If I'd have known it was going to be that, I would have, spent some money and got in there. And Miss Rebecca thought she had spent enough, but apparently didn't. So she was kind of upset. And it was just kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like one of the rare times where the Disney Collect folks actually were like, I don't know, challenged in any way by Topps with something. So it'll be interesting to see, like, do they continue with it? Are they gonna push out somehow? They've never done like retro, like they were talking about with Star Wars. Mark said for the longest time when I bring VIP, because it's gonna come right after Digicon. You remember this?
Yeah. They said it was going to come right after, and it was going to include the previous
get this Digicon
month.
thing out of the way, and then we're going to get that, and on top of that, we're going to take all this stuff that you just did, and this is right after 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so we had all just spent a bunch of money.
Everybody had just spent a shitload of money. We're gonna retro everybody in on VIP when it comes. So we're like, well, that's going to be that fucking fast if he's talking that shit. And also Yahoo, because we already spent a bunch of money, so we're in for the first month anyways. And then that never happened.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
Yeah, so he probably got a talking to. Somebody was probably like, hey bro, yeah, we don't retro.
Yep.
Hey bro.
Or they're thinking, hey, let's hold off on that, and maybe they'll forget about it.
Yeah, well, that's apparently,
spoiler alert, we won't.
That's apparently what they went for, but we did not. I didn't forget. There's a lot of things I don't forget from the era of Mark, but we'll get to that when we get to Star Wars. So the next thing that we have is, so yeah, people are upset. They're upset about the VIP thing there, and they have I guess they have a right to be upset about anything they want. It's cake land. It's candy cake land. It's like, oh, the syrup didn't taste as smoky as I like it to be this morning or something. I don't know. I mean, everything's so great over there, so it's rare to have any complaints.
There'll always be somebody.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it just seems like it's really nice. So I don't know, and I don't know what the counts on those other ones turn into. I don't know how those come out as far as that higher order. So over Marvel Collect, don't really know what's going on, but I've been added like a motherfucker this week in our Discord about there was a ad, and also
there's a new man thing, isn't there?
Yeah, they were showing some kind of preview thing, and I think it starts today. I think it's at like 1:00, so I'll know pretty soon. But there was a man thing in there, so
that'll be exciting.
Yeah, so it was a cool man thing, and so I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know. They said special base something. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I'll be watching for that at 1:00, and then I'll be learning more about it later in the week when I listen to the Scuttlebutt podcast. Yes. So if you want to know what's going on with the Marvel Collect, check out the Scuttlebutt. I'm considering vacationing in Marvel for a month or so.
Well, it's a good time to start because they've got the new show coming out in next week, right?
What's that?
I think it's the WandaVision.
That's right. Yeah, it starts on
next week.
Yeah, it starts on Friday. So yeah, maybe I'll get really into that. We've got weeklies coming in Star Wars as well, so we'll see how that goes. And hey, speaking of Star Wars, we're keeping it weekly is not here. Obviously, Crystal is not here. But you'll be seeing her next week, and she's going to have probably a full slate of stuff to lay down because it does look like the weeklies are starting up now. We've got
So are they going to start tomorrow with the what is the Topps editor choice?
Editor's choice, top's choice. We'll continue that joke until we die, I guess. Yeah. I just saw like a preview of it on one of the discords, and it was kind of dark, and it was some really rando, just ass alien, which is what people want in top's choice, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one thing, these are making me nostalgic for the piss yellow versions of them.
That is never going to happen for me. Not never. Never. Ever, wever, never, ever, never. Because I hate that. Oh God, those were so ugly. And wow, they did have the most ass characters, though, didn't they?
Oh God, they were the worst.
Well, and when I said, I mean, it's these total rando ass aliens, and that's what people like. People might think I was being sarcastic. I'm not. That's actually what people want in Top's Choice. Back in the day, in the first version of the thing, that's what it was for quite a while, and then all of a sudden they stuck in fucking Han Solo, and everyone's like, "What are y'all doing?" I mean, because it was all the stuff off the beaten path, and it was really about that. And then all of a sudden, boom, here's Han Solo. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then they fucking stuck the goddamn Death Star on one. You remember that?
Oh my gosh.
That's like, oh, that's my favorite character. I love the Death Star. I mean, I'd watch just, he should get his own fucking spin-off show on Disney Plus. Death Star
Then there
Adventures.
were a whole bunch of just like main characters. I think Sabine, there's an Ahsoka, Maul. And then the variants.
Yeah, so we'll see what's happening with that, and then the other one is also mentioned in the coming soon section of the show. They have on Monday they've got a what are they calling it? Tops. What do they call it? It's like Card Trader Monday. That's what they're calling Monday now. That's the weekly Card Trader Monday.
Now that Mando Mondays aren't a thing anymore.
I guess, yeah. So, but it's a Mandalorian product. It's a Series 2 concept set, and that'll be coming on Monday. And that is a weekly set. It was mentioned as weekly. So it does look as though those are going to start back up again. So buckle up, Buttercup. So we'll see if my plan to escape. I don't know. the concept thing is really nice. This is one of them right here. Most of the frames cut off by my zoom here, but it's basically really really nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, good looking concept stuff that they're going to be dropping on us. So looking forward to that. So the meditation chamber is now at 28. So we're getting close. I mean, in a couple of maybe a month we might be at the
30.
The 1/3 point on that one, because there's 100 of those bad boys coming. So, and also I understand from a source that the Mac account apparently is going to be going to wholesale now. Apparently, Jermaine's through with his adventure into letting everybody cherry pick that massive carcass of an account, and now it looks like it's the whole shebang's going to be going wholesale to somebody. So. Not exactly sure who's in the running for that, but hopefully Jen Clark Rowery is in the running. I always say her last name wrong. she's told me several times that I say I wish I could pronounce that properly. But Jen's great, and I hope it does go to her, because if it does, it means the stuff will stay in circulation. And people will be able to, to shop on eBay for the stuff for all time, because there's still a massive shitload of stuff. I mean, there are still, God, tons of stuff in there. That's a worthy carcass right there.
Mm-hmm.
So this week they had you're not going to believe it, John. They did another Parallax set. Did you do this one, the Jabba's Palace?
No, hard no.
I didn't either. And then I saw it was 21 cards, and I was like, well, I'm very happy I didn't do that. I've had a couple of people send them to me, for dumb stuff, and I'm just like, whatever. I'll make no attempt to complete that stupid set. They didn't have a captive Leia. If they'd have done put her as the award, man, I'll tell you what, people have been all over that, but they did not. So denied. So they had, starting on noon on Sunday, they started a thing which somehow New Year's is just going to continue forever. Because let's have the longest first week of 2021 if we could. That'd be great. And so they started a thing with daily melds. There's only one day left. It ends today. It starts the last one today at noon. Which is Saturday. So that'll be ending. And basically, you've got some S8 base that you'll be able to workshop into a random one of the lightning variants. So, are you keeping up with doing anything with any of the base variants this year, John?
No, I'm not going to touch them. I haven't picked the Horde yet. I don't know if I will at this point. But if there's anything good, I'll go back and do it all retroactively.
Yep, that's my plan as well. I'm just kind of keeping a weather eye on things and seeing how things go during 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm assuming there's definitely going to be a wave 2, if not a wave 3.
Oh no, that they're 100%. I mean, if you look at the timetable on this stuff, I really feel like they're, because they started the 2021 base when? When was that?
December, I think. Maybe end of November.
I want to say end of, or May, around November sometime.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody on our Twitch thing today, so nobody's giving me any information. Somebody would tell me that stuff. Call Me Nemo would tell me that stuff, but I'm not seeing anything. So I don't know what's going on. So that's fun. The daily thing, and everybody's, you get people that are trying to get the greens. Apparently, are that seems to be the big ball pain.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people struggling with the greens on those.
Yeah, that seems to be the choke point. It feels like people are like, oh man, I got like 3 oranges and I only got 2 greens. It's like, okay.
I've got plenty of greens to everybody. I always need yellow TKs.
It felt to me, well played, sir. It felt to me like it was very possible to just keep hammering those support packs for 500, and then until you had enough to meld, and then you got 15K when you melded every time on one of those, and you could pretty much just tread water for almost forever, really. If you had the time. I feel like Dan Sigel may have done that if it wasn't just him blasting packs all fucking day.
Yeah, he blasted pretty much everything to get that Hera.
Yeah, because that Hera, the wow, yeah. I mean, he had to have been hammering on that. Because if one of the meld cards was your Horde, congratulations, you've got a fantastic Horde pack that you can just blast for 500 credits forever. And Dan Sigel is incredibly parsimonious when it comes to spending his coins, baby. He's got gazillions of them.
Oh boy, we're breaking out the big words today.
Yeah, so he definitely holds on tight to his coins, baby. So he had some to blow, and I think he actually threw quite a bit. He said his 4 score was like, it went up like 5 points or something like that. Which, what does that mean anymore? I don't know. So that's fun. And then they had the Mando. They already started with Mando concept art. We already had that. So that's going. And then the vintage reels motion set. Did you do that? I see so many people looking for that set, and I didn't touch it. It looked really funny. Womp Rat tacos. But it looked good. I think I might go back and do it. But I looked at it and I didn't really catch my interest too much. But I think it's one of the ones that if I don't do it, I'm going to regret it. Well, I don't feel that way. I don't know. I don't really dig like Star Wars funny. I don't really dig that. So it didn't really do anything for me. Now, Mando concept art thing, which was on, when was that? Was that Monday? It must have been Monday. God damn, that was a fucking a small set, but fucking really nice, rare LE shit. Those are good looking cards too. Now, a lot of them were images that had been reused previously, as you recall. But the blacks were like super fucking rare. I pulled 2 of them. They're 15 count. I pulled 2.
Wow.
Same two of the same one, in fact, two of the number ones. And I didn't throw a whole lot at them, so I was pretty happy about that. As I did okay on that one because I got a big trade for one because I think Frank Reynolds was raking them up for somebody, and then I sold one on the Bay for like $35. So
Damn.
I was
All right.
about that. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, it's a car. If it didn't sell, I'd been happy keeping it, but it was good to get a little. I think I came out ahead on that deal, so good for me. Hooray! Everybody's happy to hear that. And then ROS Tilts came out again on Tuesday. This is wave 4. I believe there's one more wave of these god awful things.
Yep. No interest.
Do not want.
Yeah. Basically, that's a lot of the stuff that's out recently. I don't really feel the need to collect any of it.
The only reason I end up pulling those packs is because I'm trying to do the sunsets, which is stupid. I should just go on the Bay and buy them there. I think for the last wave I'll do that. Some of the waves have had like Rey and Leia and Padme and stuff like that in there. It's like I don't want to pay $5 for one of those. I'd like to just pull it.
That'd be nice.
Rather do that way especially when you can throw coins, but those used up my coins pretty bad. So then they dropped a set, really small set, Tools of the Bounty Hunter, and again, bunch of a fucking variants on that one. Did you do that one? Are you way into the Mando stuff or not?
I there's just too much of it. It was I get that they have to do it now, but at the same time, I felt the same way when they did so much Rogue One stuff after the movie and so much Solo stuff. It's just too much, and it's not like the set was all that great.
Yeah, it's not a super. It's a weird little set, but again, so many variants. I mean, and they really were very difficult to discern the difference between. We had 4 variants: white, red, gold, black. Why? I guess they probably did that in the physical. A lot of this physical port stuff. This was physical port stuff. They had like a little box set or something like that, or something. They like this thing came from somewhere. It was the Mandalorian series 1 tool that's a subset. So it's probably all right from the physical port that they're doing this, but man, geez, enough.
Yeah.
And again, the blacks were those are not limited. Those are just kind of like, well, they're going to be expensive as fuck to pull. I think they're 1 in 10 or something like that in the crystal pack only, I believe. So not easy to get a hold of those things, but I don't know if they're the greatest looking cards. And then they draw. Why? I guess for filler material, it's something to do. Throw out an old common set, another old OE set, and that was the TLJ classic art with no award.
Why?
I'm not sure. It's really very strange. The green. I looked up the original transmission for when they first came out, and they always called them open edition. But on the card sheet, the green awards are sold out, and they're relatively low. They're in the 1,500 range on count.
Oh, okay, now I remember. I was trying to think what the hell they were, but yeah, no, I remember those. Those were fun.
There's 3 of them. People have been asked, well, why are they not doing awards on these again? And I'm not really sure, unless
because they don't know how to mark something not sold out.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if they sat unsold out for a long time and they marked them sold out, or if they sold them out right when the packs went off sale, or what. For those, I have no idea what the mechanism is for that stuff. But yeah, I mean, wow, let's devote 20 minutes and talk about an open edition set. John, what do you think?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, why come out with these random sets that don't even have awards when you have 6 more waves of yellow TK to
Exactly. Well, you hope they keep coming, right? Because you want to collect them all, don't you?
Yeah, no, I want all the avatars. So I think there's like 20 left.
Well, my understanding was that you wanted to be the very best.
That no one ever was.
Like no one ever was, exactly. And yeah. So we know the rest of that and how that goes. So coming soon Sunday, we already said Topps Choice returns. Boo. Giant ass, giant ass physical port. Chrome Perspective starts on Sunday. That is a physical port, which means there's probably 100 goddamn cards in the base or more sometimes on these sets. Gigantic, and then all the subsets as well. So no idea what all is planned for that. They're decent looking cards, but I feel like I'm really getting tired of these these physical port photo sets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm okay with them, but I don't like the mechanics behind it. Don't release 3 waves of 33 or 10 waves of 10. If you want to, release a physical, put out a box, make it a one-time drop, leave it up for, 2 weeks.
Like a box release, like they do.
Like a box release, exactly.
That'd be awesome.
Throw some box loaders in there and just don't drag it out. I find with a lot of that stuff, I'll do wave 1 and then I'll do half a wave 2 and just lose interest.
Right. Well, I mean, you get a month out from the start of the thing. You're like, what the fuck, man? Seriously, it's still going? Can we go for it in time now, please?
Yeah.
They do. Yeah, I agree with that. I think they do drag it out too much.
As much as everyone railed on, combo packs and power boxes, put everything all in one set. And I guarantee you it'll be super popular.
Yeah, it's worth a try. What they've thrown everything else at the wall. There's a lot of stuff that's getting thrown out the window probably too. So we'll see how that goes. Buckle up for that. Giant ass physical port starts on Sunday at 2. Then we have the Card Trader Mondays, which is the season 2 concept, which we've already had some concepts. I'm not exactly sure, but the weeklies are back. And then I reminded myself to say, but that one looks nice, like a Mario. So anything you're looking forward to in the app currently, John? Do you want to get back on weeklies, or what are you doing?
I kind of want to get back on weeklies, because if there are weeklies there, I'll at least be more engaged in the app. I'll be there trading. Maybe another Hoard post.
Yeah.
Although what I really want, I want them to release Wave 2 a base, and I want them to stick my Han Solo card as one of those cards.
Well, I
want to hoard the shit out of it.
I don't think you'll see that before April or May. I would think May.
Yeah.
I feel like May, going into summer, because it's ball drenchingly hot. You got sand all up in your crack. You want some new base.
Of course.
That's how
I just want something that I can hoard the shit out of, and that's going to keep me in the app for hours.
Well, that's why maybe I get to take a vacation here for a little bit, because if they're doing something, if Marvel's going to have a Man Thing base, it would be a really great time for me to just fuck around with that,
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. So that's the kind of mindless activity I could get behind, and just mulch, and I pull there all the time. I'm not like these kick guys where I save coins when new stuff comes out and it looks cool. Or if they have something that, I hear buzz about, I'm going out and I'm trying to pull some of it. So
might as well.
Yeah. So, I usually have some stock. And so if I decide to just go, oh, great, cool, Man Thing, I'm going to just churn shitloads of inserts into those base. Stop me. Watch me fucking go. And I'll be pulling shit, for the rest of the year just to mulch into my boy.
Exactly. Why would you do anything else with it?
Yeah, if that's the case, if that's what they're going to actually do. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you got any shout outs this week? Anybody you want to holler out to and say, you did me right, brah?
I'll shout out Merv. I've been dumping all my Inquisitor S7 over to him. It's probably all in all, probably about 600 cards. So we've just been sending trades back and forth, and then I'm clearing him out of his yellow TK dupes.
Nice.
So everyone wins.
Yes, because he feels like he's winning for sure because he's getting rid of those damn TKs.
Right? They're the worst.
Not trading my TKs. Well, I guess with that, we will go into what you're watching. So,
tell me what you're watching on your TV tonight. Tell me What you streaming on your iPad? Tell me what you're watching every day and at night. I'll be outside watching from the bushes.
Nothing. Twitch! I'm an angry old man yelling at Twitch! Okay, so what you watching, John?
Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be watching some playoff football. So that's going to be a good time.
Oh, yeah, I got to see what time the Jaguars game is. Looking forward to
you guys
that.
get Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said earlier, mostly I've just been playing video games lately. Had a bunch of Assassin's Creed, Far Cry. Still waiting on Far Cry 6 to come out.
Yeah, that's pushed back to, was it February?
Well, it was February, but they pushed it back from there. And they haven't set a new date.
Damn it.
Yeah, I know. I'm not pleased.
I wish they would do DLC for Fallen Order. I really enjoyed that game a lot. I've played it twice through now, and I really enjoyed it both times. And I didn't 100% like anything. There's still tons of shit I could dig in if I wanted to and be the collector. But I did play a game. I mean, I was trying like different games. Like I told you before, I said before I was doing these quest games that were like super chill, but then I lost interest in them. Like, I literally, like, they didn't have the hook. Once I got to the big town in the one game, the Ender, was it East Shade? I was playing that East Shade. Once I got to the big town with all the market and stuff like that, started getting really all the side quests and all this stuff to really do something in the game, I lost interest. It's a classic Greg move. Such a fucking classic Greg move. And then, but I was trying a bunch of different stuff, but then I was like looking back to old favorites. I'm like, do I want to do Far Cry again? I can't really do it in there. I could buy it again and play it on Steam, and do that. But then I was looking around, and there was a game that I used to play the shit out of all the time back in the day, called Carmageddon, the Death Race. Do you remember?
Oh my gosh. It has been a minute since I've heard that name.
Man, well, I used to play the shit out. I loved that fucking game. Like, I wore the fucking demo out because they had a demo for it first, and it was like, once you got it, it got modded. It was back in the days where you could just like literally get into the code and delete something, and then boom, play it as long as you want. Delete the timer and then play as long as you want. So it's basically one level free play forever. And when I worked at the comic shop, I used to play that constantly. Like, my customers were just like, "Fuck you, Greg. I want to fucking get out of here. Let me give you my money." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm blasting peds here." It's a funny as hell game. So it's basically a Death Race. Remember that game, Death Race 2000? I think it was called.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's got David Carradine and stuff like that in it. It's crazy. Sylvester Stallone's one of his first movies, I think. It's crazy. And so it's like that. You basically have all these cars, and there's a racetrack, and it runs through a city, or sometimes it's a desert, or a couple of different locations. But there's always people around, and people are doing shit, and there's other, and then there's other people you're racing against. And so the objective is to either run the race or destroy all the other guys, or you could also win by destroying every pedestrian on the map, and there are thousands.
So I know which one you went for.
No, I never pulled that off. There's too many. I mean, seriously, it felt like there was just no fucking way you could ever find them all. But then they have these hilarious weapons and stuff that you would use against the other racers. And then there was shit that you use against the pedestrians that were just a fucking riot. They had this thing where you would drive through and you hit the trigger, and it would just send out this lightning bolt, and anybody that was in range, and the range was about 200 feet, would just go and immediately die. It was fucking hilarious. And then of course they had a thing where you could rewind it and see all the carnage. So you could just absolutely run roughshod through an entire city of people and cars and buildings, and then rewind and just sit there and watch what you've done, watch what you had done. And so I hadn't played it in years, and it had a really great soundtrack too. God damn, I can't remember who did the soundtrack. It was what was that soundtrack? What was the rock band that had Eddie? Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden did the fucking music for it, for the original one.
Oh, cool.
So I mean, or at least they had music from them in it. It was fucking awesome. So so they have an updated version of that called Carmageddon Max, which came out apparently a few years ago. I think it looks like 2017. I want to say Max Damage, Carmageddon Max Damage. That's what I'm playing. So,
That's fun.
I might have to Twitch stream some of it and run commentary because it's hilarious. But it has all that same shit. It has all that crazy stuff, and you're just driving through, and they have every kind of pedestrian you can possibly imagine clogging the streets, and they'll run right in front of your cars like idiot dogs. And then they also have idiot dogs, and then they also have idiot cows. They have idiot everything that you can hit with your car. It's fan-fucking-tastic. So that's a lot of fun. I've been playing that. And then as far as watching, I discovered, well, it was really ironic. Literally, like, I want to say like Saturday or Sunday last weekend, my kid asked about, we were talking about that show that's coming up, the Nicolas Cage History of Swearing.
Oh, yeah. Have
you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen ads for that.
The first one's out. The first one about fuck already came out.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. So we were planning to watch that, and then we were telling our kid, oh, you know, this guy's crazy. He's funny as shit, and he's in all these crazy movies, and they do all this crazy shit. And she got curious about National Treasure because she's had civics class this year, and it's been a civics class kind of fucking year, hasn't it? So she was interested in that. So we started watching that, and then apparently it's not that hard to do shit as they make it out in the movie. So we were watching that, but we watched the National Treasure this week, like right before it happened. And we did watch the History of Swearing, which is enjoyable. And then my big thing to watch this week has been really chill for me was they have a series of videos from an outfit called Power Lines. And they obviously just shoot tons and tons and tons and tons of video at various surf spots around the world when they're going off, when there's big shit going on. And this week, on top, all the surfers in California and Hawaii have no idea what happened in current events this week because the waves both places were fucking amazing. So Mavericks was going off. Probably like, I don't know, it looked like at least 40 feet.
Oh, damn.
The waves were 40 feet, and there's guys just dropping in and taking off on 40-foot waves, and it's amazing to watch. And it's wave after wave, every fucking wave, just wave. It's all you're seeing is guys riding these huge fucking waves and getting fucking beefed and rescued and fucked up. It's amazing, really cool shit. And they're long videos. They go on for like, man, one of them I watched was like 3 fucking hours. It was great. So I just put it on and I just let it roll, and it just ran and ran and ran. And then so they had one from Mavericks, which is the big surf, you know, the guys that the big wave surfer place is one of the biggest ones in the world. So that was really going off, and all the best guys were doing that. And then over at Pipeline was also going off in Hawaii. So they had a ton of footage of that. So I was watching that last night. It was amazing. And dude's just getting so fucking pitted. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
They actually had GoPro footage from a guy that was bodyboarding, and he had a GoPro on his helmet. And this dude was so far back in the fucking barrel, it looked like he was looking out the end of a goddamn drain pipe. It was crazy. I mean, these guys were just fucking shacked 6 ways to Sunday. So it was really fun to watch that. I guess like other people would sit and watch football. I will literally sit there for 3 hours and watch big wave surfers ride, you know, big waves and stuff like that. It's really fucking fun to watch. So check it out. It's pretty fucking cool. And you get to see guys just get absolutely hammered. I mean, when you see a guy like fall in front of like a 40-foot wave, and then you see him get swept up the face and then right over the top in the meat of the lip and then slam down Oh my God. I mean, you just goddamn know that guy's so fucked. And I mean, this is a place where guys wear like these emergency suits where if they get too much depth or if they're under depth too long, it automatically will pop a CO2 cylinder and float them to the top.
Oh wow.
That's how fucking dangerous this place is. And you see these guys riding these incredible waves, and it looks like no fear here, but they got the fucking gear. It's no fear here gear that's keeping them in that. It's pretty wild though. It's really fun to watch. So they were getting tore up. So that's cool. But there was one we watched last night. It was literally like one wave, probably the best wave of the goddamn year. And it was probably like a 40-foot Mavericks, super late takeoff. Dude drops in, just gets fucking shacked, 6 ways to Sunday, standing up, just like, yeah, buddy. And then pops out the other end, and every single person in the lineup was just howling at the top of their lungs at this guy, at what he had just done. And he just kind of like, shrugged and popped over, which was beautiful. It was really cool. It's a lot of fun to watch. So check that shit out. It's cool. So I guess we can go to final thoughts. John, did you have any big things you wanted to drop on anybody this week?
No, I don't really have any final thoughts. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, me neither.
Just
I'm all
be nice to each other.
Yeah, I'm all thought it out. I just kind of It's been a hell of a week, and that's not what we're here for. We hope people will come here and spend an hour with us and not fucking think about any of that fucking bullshit. And we want to thank y'all so much for being with us. John, I want to thank you for being with me today, sir. Really,
no, always a good time.
Man, I needed you more than you must my ass today, Crystal. It's like, no, I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping. Yeah, oh shit. I can't do. I'm not Rachel Maddow. I can't just sit here and go for an hour. I would need a writer or something, or talent. What if I had talent? That'd be great.
I don't know. You must still be looking.
Yeah, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. All right, dude.
You might need to have Matt on here for that.
Yeah, well, I'm trying. I think I don't know. I'd like to have him next week, but I don't know. He's a tough guy. He's a very busy guy. So, he's a tough guy to get on. We're so grateful when he's able to be here. And I am so grateful that you were able to be here with me today, sir. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, always a good time.
Thank you very much. And thanks everybody for listening. You can find us on Twitter. You see us on Reddit. Reddit's been hopping this week. And this lately has been just a hotbed of dumb activity. It's really fucking stupid as shit. It's not good. But it'll get better. And Dan Siegel's still manning the ship over there. But we're over there. We're on Twitter. We're on Reddit. And we're in the app. I'm Tedsallis. That's OBDaOG. OBDaOG right there. So send him a trade. Send him some Han Solos. Thanks again for coming here, John.
Anytime.
All right, buddy. Arrivederci.
Adios.
We are Legion.
We are all.
We are one.
We are
Watching.
Watching.